ashtrays and art.
Theater is all about telling story, and set designer is part of the telling the story.
Their one mistake was giving up me.
I tend to read the play as if I'm the audience. I certainly would not want to read the play as a designer, so that I allow the play and the idea and to impact me. So I have an impact about what the show is, what it is, and I have a kind of emotional response to it, and it's the emotional response that very often the instinct and the impulse that guides how one approached the show.
Do you want me to try and mimic that at all? Or?
Yeah, well, I think this is what they did. Usually you would have a talk with the director, because the director is the leader of the production. I prefer to have a talk, not necessarily about design, just talking about the show, talking about why we do it, what's exciting about the show, and then I would like to just start designing. I'll do a very rough drawing with a ground plan on the cheapest paper possible. Expensive paper frighten me. I usually look at other people's design. And I think all of us copy each other. I have some research book, and we look at a lot of the Depression picture of Dorothy Lang and Ben Shahn and Walker Evans, and a lot of New York City book.
I will doodle and doodle and doodle until something starts to happen. And sometimes it happens very quickly, and sometimes it takes forever for it to happen. The most fun part for me is when I do one of my doodles and I actually feels like I have a good idea. And the worst part is when I'm doing all those doodles and I feel like I have no idea. That's agony, and then it's such a pleasure for me when I break through and actually come up with a good idea. I look for things that might sort of help inspire the design. Period paintings and pictures of period architecture.
There's no turning back. My great adventure has begun.
Then I make a model of the set. One of the fun things about set design is it's a kind of puzzle. You're trying to tell a story on stage, but you have a finite amount of space, so you have to figure out how to fit all of the storytelling material into that amount of space.